This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Now at the fourth, par 3, and Frank, what's the key here?
Somehow find some green grass. The name Sandpit pretty much tells you what is around the green.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard fifth hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the Bombers, too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's at sneaky distance.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Good putt. Well, Frank, how about this 255-yard par 3 sixth?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bailout area, sort of short and left, but the only thing really going in the player's favour, it is a big green, 51 yards in depth. So if you want to sort of do the maths in reverse, 255, take away 50, 205 front, doesn't sound as daunting.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Made it. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And getting ready for the putt. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. That's a bogey. Frank, what a day of golf out there. This is really an exciting golf course.
It is. It's so nice to see it back on the PGA Tour rotation. Great golf courses deserve to be seen, and more importantly, they deserve to be played.
This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those two bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field. Oh, he is winding this one up. Doesn't have the power, though. Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve. Had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tide that wind some more. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in.
That's a little over-ambitious.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson. Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Now his fourth shot. just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Locked in on the read and the speed. He'll take par and move on. Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards. You can't miss it right. Can't miss it left. Can't miss it short. You can't miss it long. Good luck. Just a bit offline here, Frank, but not too bad.
Yeah, if it's the wind or just the lie there, should be okay.
Birdie try up next. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is how it's done, right there. What an approach shot. Starting to put it together right now, Frank.
Enjoying that trio at the top.
Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today, it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge.
game's about rhythm. It looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Solid play, heart of the green. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. No damage done, made the par. Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. Good tee shot, good lie. And now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. This, the second shot here at the par 4. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. That's a bit offline in the rough. And setting up here in the rough. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16th.
Especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker confidence. But then the other thing to realise, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2.
Good contact, good result. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead, who used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Good putt. Well, we've arrived at Alcatraz, the signature hole here at PGA West. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Frankie's missed the green here in regulation, but still hasn't missed the chance to make the par.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he's got this shot in his toolbox coming up.
And he's made the green. And getting ready for the putt. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time. Rich, with so few holes left, bogeys are just that much more expensive.
And that will really hurt his chances of catching the leader.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt. Even par currently.
Has his par. So that concludes the final round here at this spectacular setting. Frank, final thoughts on the tournament?
Rich, I thought this was really a fantastic venue that challenged the players, and we saw some exciting golf out there all across the board.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Getting set for all the action on what my idol Vin Scully would have said was a beautiful afternoon here in the Sunshine State. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Getting ready at Wetlands Golf and Country Club. An interesting layout, Frank. The players are ready to go, and what are you thinking about as you get set to tee off?
Well, you're thinking about you're going to play a long golf course, sort of mid-7,000 yard range, but this is a golf course that you actually do get to hit your driver more often than not. So it's a good driving golf course. Green's relatively flat as well, but be careful if you're a little weak of heart. Look left or right, you might see the odd gator or two.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water.
Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. Good swing, good shot yet again. That's a sensible approach shot right there, in good position on the green. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Beautiful roll on that one, right in the bottom. Take you down now to the 15th hole. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
Now a 7-footer. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Making our move to the home stretch, the 16th. It's a par 4 and a good one at 455 yards.
And a chance to actually get a good run for the clubhouse because the holes are fairly short coming in. So good drive here, find the putting surface, maybe start the roll right here.
He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole.
Second shot.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Still playing even for the day after the par.
Putting service will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
This from 7 feet. And he makes it for par. Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole, and on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
This is a good-looking shot. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Settles in over the putt. Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
Well, it doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. It is just an ideal day for golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're getting set for all the action this afternoon at Wetlands Golf and Country Club in Florida. And this is certainly a challenge, Frank.
It is. We really should rename it Drylands because that's the way you want to play this golf course. If you're not dry, then you are going to be wet. That swampland is just all the way around this golf course. In between it, though, is fairway. So fairway, the goal all day today.
And as always, with the state of Florida, you have to factor in the changing winds. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Could it be? This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. So on this back nine, we started with a par 3, then a par 4, and now we get to a par 5. The 12th is 576 yards.
Yeah, nice blend of holes there that you've just referenced. 11 bends to the left, consequently 12 will bend in the other direction. Good drive required. From there, just setting up perhaps, 7 iron, 6 iron into a green that's sort of fairly uniform in shape and should present a birdie with a good second shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
On the green in regulation. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So into the top 15 on the leaderboard with that birdie. A few more, and who knows, maybe top 10 or top 5. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. At 450, it's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. We'll settle. Second shot. Good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short, so you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole, and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past the miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that positive attitude. Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
The last par 5 on this golf course is the 15th. It's 590 yards. You think, Frank, this is the time to be aggressive?
Certainly is. Longer hitters must be licking their chops on this par 5. 300-plus yard tee shot, you can definitely get home. Shorter hitters, just set it up for a nice wedge shot. But if you are going to go at this par 5 and 2, well protected by those 3 bunkers. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy. Featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, Anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Not quite where he wanted it, but it is on the green, and that's not too bad. This is a cross-country special. Looks like he just misread that. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. So close. He'd settle for par here. So just a formality here. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Pure strike, good result.
And that is close.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie, he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Gave that the full treatment. Get up.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Third shot, looking for a good one. Sit down, get down.
Oh, this is gone.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Solid play, heart of the green. Did the job right there. Ready to go here on the backside. We're at the 10th at the Wetlands. We start with a par 3, 246 yards. Chance to get it close here. Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing is certainly going to pay dividends.
Par 4 11, 443 yards. What's the best strategy here, Frank?
Somehow find the fairway, Rich. This is brutal. Miss it left or miss it right, but it's Florida. Fairways are wide enough, soft enough, but a good tee shot's still going to leave you a lengthy second.
Now playing the second here at the par 4. Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot. This is an awkward length.
Well, you hate to miss from that distance. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back nine, it's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
Yeah, this hole bends to the right, opposite direction to what 11 does. A good tee shot, and you think about reaching this par 5 and 2, but anything around the front or front left, it's still going to leave a relatively simple pitch shot. So when you stand on that tee, think of birdie at least here.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank well off the pace, but the true professionals, they keep digging, trying to get better. Frank, what's a player feeling knowing they have one more round to go and they could have a chance at making a run and maybe win this thing?
No, it's a great feeling, Rich. At this point, really, it's just about whether you can handle the nerves. You know everybody up there is going to be feeling them.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. See if you can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Starting to make the move, now to -3 with yet another birdie. Moving on to the tricky 14th here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. Second shot, good look at the green.
It's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. A drop shot. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands. It's 590 yards.
Which is really a tempting yardage. A good tee shot, perhaps think of reaching the par 5 and 2. But this green well protected by 3 bunkers, 2 on the left side and 1 short right. But fortune favors the brave. At least that's what I was told.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. Setting up for an approach shot here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Good putt. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it? Second shot.
he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole. And on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. There's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Misses the putt here. Has to try again and add another stroke to the scorecard. Clean this up with a tap. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf.
Some of the